All right, so for the homework in 11.3, I only have about 3 questions I want to show you because the rest are pretty straightforward, pretty direct applications of combination formula. So the first one I actually want to show you is number 12, and it's not even a combination problem, but it just has a few steps. And so I thought this might give you some trouble. I'm going to work through this one. Go ahead and write it down. 1 minus 8p7, 9p8. And I could do this all on the calculator at once, or I can do it in steps. I think most will do the steps because that's a lot to think about. So let me just do these first. This is permutation. So I'll do 8 PRB. Since it's permutation, just do NPR. 7. I get 40320. And let's do 9p8, and then I'll do this division. So 9 NPR8. I get a big number, 362,880. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this division here. I want to see what I get. Of course, it's going to be a decimal. So 40320, 40320 divided by 362,880. And look, we get a bunch of ones. 1 minus 0.1111. Well, this means it goes on forever. So I'm going to change that to approximate because it looks like I've kind of cut my decimal off. So what I need to do is convert this to a fraction. So I need to convert to a fraction. Okay, and we can do that with the calculator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the second button. Second button, I'll show you. Second. And then I'm going to hit PRB. PRB. And if you look above the PRB, it looks like it's F2D. That's like the fractions decimal button. If I do that, second PRB, I get 1/9. Now that's not, all of this is 1/9, just that little piece. So I'll come down here, that is 1 minus 1/9, which you should see as, of course, 8/9, but I can do it in the calculator if you don't trust yourself. Since 1/9 was the last thing, I could do 1 minus second answer. And I get 8/9. Okay, so that's one way. I think that's probably the more common way. I could type this all in at once, but I got to be careful. Okay, so let me do it again. 1 minus 8p7 over 9. Okay, if I do it all at once, I'm going to do 1 minus. Now, we got a fraction going on, so we need some parentheses. Parentheses, 8, NPR, 7. All right. That's the top. I have told the calculator by parentheses, that's the top. I do division. Now I have to tell the calculator this is the bottom. 9, NPR, 8. Close parentheses. Decimal, all right. Approximately 0.888. And it kind of goes over here to 9. So at some point it kind of got rounded. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that's not what we got earlier, but if I do my conversion, second PRB, there's my exact answer. Okay, so I'm still going to need this little trick. So either way, you can do it by hand, you can do it in parts or all in once. This is number 12. Number 17 is actually pretty easy. I could skip this, but I feel like I should do at least one example that's, you know, pretty easy to follow. So number 17, we are volunteering to help drive some children at a charity event. It only fits 7 children instead of the 19 that are present. Okay, well, it doesn't matter the order that the kids are in the van because you could put this, if you put 6 in there, it doesn't matter who gets in first or last. So maybe it's a good idea to remind ourselves that order does not matter. Okay, since order does not matter, that means it's a combination problem. So I'm going to use the NCR, but what's in an R? 19 is the total, R is the amount we can take, so 19 choose 7 will be our answer. Okay, 19 PRB, since we're doing NCR, we better click that. Oops, I didn't finish it up. 19 NCR 7, and I get 503. All right. And most of the examples from 15 all the way to about 22 pretty much work that way. You take the big number, C, smaller number, R. Okay. The question that I found the most interesting, confusing perhaps, was number 23, which makes sense because it's the last question in the homework set, besides a couple of others. So we're going to look at this one, and that's going to pretty much do it for the homework video for 11.3. There is going to be a homework set and a quiz that combines all of 11.1, 2, and 3 to kind of require you to figure out before the test when to use combination permutation. So here we go. Electronics store receives 40 graphing calculators. I'm going to write some stuff down. This is number 23. Got 40 graphing calculators, including 8 that are defective. 8 are defective. What does that mean? It doesn't necessarily mean that they don't work. They don't work perfectly. That don't work perfect. Or maybe there's an issue with the casing. In other words, they can't sell them to stores that can sell them to customers. All right, 4 of the calculators are going to be selected to be sent to a local high school. How many of these selections will contain no defective calculators? So this is the part, this is the one that usually trips people up, because up to now you just take the big number as your N, the small number, which is your R, but another small number, so I subtract these, do. So let's see if we can figure this out. They want to make sure that the ones we send will contain no defective calculators. So the number of non-defective calculators. Well, we got a total of 40. 8 are defective, so we have 32 good working calculators. That is our N. Okay, so we're doing NCR. That's our N. But what's our R? And how many of these will contain? Okay, so we want to send 4 of the calculators to the schools. So 32, choose 4 is our problem. We get 35,960. Okay, that will be probably all the problems we need to look at for the homework for 11.3. So we'll stop the video there.